Guys, is there any franchise more polarizing than Halo? It's been around 30 years and people are still talking about it. Whatever you say about the games, that alone deserves some credit. I'm Paul, combat veteran, MMA fighter, YouTuber, and we are taking a look at Call of Duty streamers don't understand Halo.
This is the true face of heresy. One who would subvert our faith.
Oh, okay. Well, when I hear heresy, my mind goes right to 40K.
And incite rebellion against the High Council.
No, you need a battle royale. That's what you need. In order for this game to go longer than 3 weeks after launch, from a spectating standpoint, it needs a...
This heretic, and those who follow him, must be silenced.
Their slander offends all who walk the path.
What would you have your arbiter do?
What's up?
Ah, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Dr. Disrespect is someone who commands a huge audience, and guess what? All he does is battle royales. I actually have a theory that streaming and battle royales just naturally go together because it's so very hard to win a battle royale. Battle royale games favor extremely high levels of skill to achieve any level of win, and so therefore it basically lends itself to, if you want to watch winners, if you want to see people win, you have to tune in to Twitch streamers. The chances of you winning a battle royale are so incredibly slim, and the event, if it were to happen, is so incredibly rare. That's why I think battle royales and Twitch streamers go hand in hand, but they don't represent gaming as a whole, right? Look at how many gamers don't really care how other people experience the game. Look at something like Animal Crossing, a game where there is barely even meaningful objectives other than pay off your mortgage, which is everybody's objective, I hope, or buy a house, right? It's like, okay, some people's objective is to get a mortgage, and once you get a mortgage, your goal is to discharge said mortgage.
Everybody, this is the Act Man here, and today I'm talking about Halo Infinite's new campaign overview. So let's jump dead game. What? There's no Battle Royale coming out. Infinite's gonna die in 3 weeks after launch. Mark my words. Consider them marked, but can we not talk about this right now? If there's no Battle Royale, then Halo Infinite will be the biggest missed opportunity in gaming that I've ever seen. Did you miss that whole cyberpunk thing that happened? You know, I really don't want to get into this right now. If Halo Infinite doesn't release with a robust and well-made Battle Royale, it will be one of the greatest gaming failures in history. All right, cool it, dog. That's not why we're...
Okay, this is the IRL acted out version of the meme of Smug Soyjack, where he's like, as you can see, your point is invalid because I've attributed it to the Soyjack, making you look like a fool. Don't you feel stupid?
We're here anyway. As much as I love Halo, I don't see it lasting a month without BR. Multiplayer arena shooters are just dated at this point.
I love how his glasses are incredibly smudged. It really bothers me, right? You could. I mean, we don't have to replay it. Yes, we will. Look at the smudging on his glasses in front of the ring light.
Now you done fucked up. I'm taking the gloves off.
You want the gloves off? They're off.
So here we are again in another discussion about how...
I actually love this. This is, by the way, guys, this sort of janky filming is endemic of the earliest days of YouTube. I mean, early, sometimes even before YouTube itself. I love this, the DIY in your dorm room look. This is what gaming commentators used to be. And I say that as someone who has like a real studio setup and stuff.
Horrible.
A real setup. I.e. with my diploma in the back and some soundproofing.
Is that Halo Infinite is not launching with a Battle Royale mode.
Why won't you die?
But this time, I was provoked. I was attacked, and so I woke up this morning and chose violence. And I wouldn't be throwing my hat into the mix if not for Dr. Disrespect, because his comments and reactions to the Halo Infinite campaign overview were... well, let's just say I fell for his trap card.
Guys, I'm here to tell you, controversy gets clicks, period. And if you understand that fundamental thing about the media landscape, then you will be able to see through a lot more things. And This is true basically anywhere, because, and I say this as a creator, I am paid based basically on the number of eyes that I get. Whether those eyes love me or hate me is immaterial, right? I've told people this. If I ever truly get hard up for money and I say I will do anything I need to do to make money, I will become a hot take right-wing YouTuber. Right-wing people love veterans. They love angry veterans. And boy howdy, I can definitely put on my angry face and rant about this administration doesn't understand they're abandoning the troops, right? It's great. It's great content, really. I can see in my analytics at Spike. The problem is, of course, that would require me shredding any sense of moral compass that I ever had. Now, right, but because the reason that all would work is because controversy gets clicks. So if you're Dr. Disrespect, the worst thing you could do is give a balanced, nuanced take that you want to see Halo Arena multiplayer succeed, but you don't think it will because we're in the era of Battle Royale. And maybe that's even his take, but maybe the title was just like, Dr. Disrespect says Battle Royale's destined to fail, or Halo destined to fail with no Battle Royale. Right? And the problem gets even worse with the fact that some people do it as an act, but then some people really are just like jerks, and they love being jerks online, and they're like dyed-in-the-wool jerks. And frankly, they're better at it. Like, a true asshole is going to have more controversial takes than me trying to fake it. And so the result is a lot of the biggest creators end up just lurching from controversial take to controversial take and keep getting rewarded for it. It's like someone somehow making money and getting new cars for causing car accidents. It's a terrible set of incentives, and it is the reason the media landscape is so toxic.
I see like 11, 12, 13-year-old demographic here, maybe 14, 15.
Excuse me!
But then any older than that, it's kind of pushing it.
Excuse me!
Bro, if that's what you think of Halo fans, then you'll be shocked when I tell you about the demographics for this little-known franchise called Call of Duty. But this isn't just about the two-time champion of the NBA Jam blockbuster tournaments. This is about the streamer mentality overall, and how people look at the Battle Royale genre. Most of the streamers I talk about, I do have respect for as entertainers, and the ones that I'm not familiar with, I don't have anything against them. That's okay, right? You can disagree with someone on the internet and not hate them? Hold on, let me look this up.
Yeah, exactly. Not if you want to get clicks, right? The fact that this has 1.7 million views is pretty good.
Well, let's just say it's alright for this video. So while I'm going to be talking about Dr. Disrespect a lot, before we go any further, you need to know that he doesn't hate Halo. I don't think any of these guys do or want to see Infinite fail. As an FPS god, it would be heresy if he didn't respect Halo.
Every time he says heresy, I want to see a Space Marine. I kind of have to. I've been conditioned through Warhammer 40k to expect it.
Of course he does.
And I'm not disrespecting Halo. No. Come on, lady. Achina? Not disrespecting Halo? I grew up on it!
And he has a lot of great things to say about Halo Infinite.
I love the map design. I love what I had experienced in multiplayer. And for those that just want the Halo Infinite multiplayer experience and think that I said that the game's gonna die, no, it's gonna be well populated.
You're goddamn right.
Don't get me wrong.
I'm not challenging these guys to a 1v1 on Guardian where the winner takes all. I'm just challenging the ideas. I'm sure the big question on your mind is, why is there an obsession with wanting every new shooter to have a Battle Royale mode? But the question I'm asking is much more important. Where does this obsession come from?
Am I the only one that thinks the Halo Battle Royale would be fun? No, you're not, no, this guy's trapped in a box, in his little multiplayer box from 2005.
Yeah, this is hard to tell, right? Because there's obviously gaming trend fads, and then there's things that move the gaming world forward, right? When Doom came up with the first-person shooter concept, it was pretty much a revelation or a revolution in how we could design games and a gaming experience. Remember, up until that point, games had been kind of side-scrollers, and again, when Super Mario 64, or maybe, really came up with the first, proper open-world game concept, right? Where there was a little bit of a linear storyline, a little bit of progression, but basically that was the first time you were just not given so much assignments as much as you were given large portions of unlockable areas that you could kind of go through and navigate yourself. Yeah, some people say GTA definitely GTA perfected it, and GTA definitely did perfect it. And make it feel properly open world. But I argue that Super Mario 64 was actually the first to do it. It's just people don't think of it because it was a Mario game and it revolutionized gaming in so many other ways. But the idea, right, is that, okay, is an open world game the new standard? I think it's, and is Battle Royale the new standard, the way Quake introducing a multiplayer arena mode revolutionized the game? Was it Quake? Let me know in the comments if it wasn't Quake. I'm pretty sure it was. Or like, what is it, like Ultima Arena or something? Yeah, anyway, the point is that there's a lot of these sort of leaps forward, and then there's a lot of fads, right? There's a lot of things that aren't really revolutions. They're just sort of neat things. Like for a time it was racing games. Remember, there was Diddy Kong Racing, Mario Kart, all these racing games. Now there's a lot fewer of those, it seems like, because again, the racing seems to now be focused on like simulator games. All this to say is that it's hard to know if Battle Royale is going to be a fad or if it's going to be a revolutionary leap forward, right? I think my opinion is that it'll be a little bit of both, that there will be a whole genre of Battle Royales that are eminently watchable and eminently fun, and it will join the pantheon of things like, again, like racing games, right? Like racing games have probably never been better. I'm not a racing game player. Just like fighting games, right? There's still a robust scene of new fighting games coming out, but there's also these new types of games that have emerged.
No, come join the outside of the box thinking. Come join us. Next level thinking, outside of the box thinking, new gaming experiences. Come join us.
No, I don't think I will.
I don't think I need to explain the popularity of BRs. They've had a top spot in Twitch's most watched games and on Steam charts. Obviously, having a BR is going to draw in more players. I don't think anybody's complaining that Halo Infinite would have too much content if they had a battle royale on top of everything else. But you see, there's a key point. These big streamers.
But here's the thing. Look at the actual Twitch top categories. It's always just chatting, right? Some people just use Twitch to hang out with people. I'm all about it. But then, yeah, you have games like Rust, like survival games, right? You know, or even Tarkov or DayZ, right? Those are super popular. Not really a battle royale genre, almost like something between an MMORPG and a survival game and a battle royale in some cases. But it's unfair, I think, to call those a battle royale without stretching the definition. Then you have proper battle royales like Apex, but then you also have games like Valorant, Dota. Valorant may be a battle royale, but like you have Dota, League of Legends.
Seem to miss when they say a game will die if it doesn't have battle royale. That key point, live viewer statistics are not the only way to measure a game's...
Right, and GTA, right? Not a battle royale. League of Legends, not a battle royale. Valorant, maybe a battle royale. Minecraft, not a battle royale. Counter-Strike, CSGO is not a battle royale. It's a team-based fight. FIFA 22, right? New World, an RPG. I mean, I love the fact that we have more games, right? For a long time, people were like, the reason games cater to like a really narrow type of person, and that was a person who either liked FPSs or were interested in like something else. You know, I'm saying this like it was, you know, FPSs, horror exploring games, racing games. You know, it was just a little narrower, right? And every generation, the circle expands, as I think it should. right? There's more games, there's more publishers, there's more human beings, right? So it's easier for your game to find an audience. As I've discussed, one of my favorite games ever is MechWarrior Online, where you had to like engineer your mech through all these idiosyncratic design choices. You had to work really carefully as a team because your mechs weren't that fast, and it was still like sort of an FPS. And you know, I think when I started playing, the concurrents were like 1,600 people, like in the world playing the game. And when I left, it was like 400. But the game has been on for almost a decade, right? It's just a testament to the fact that if you make something fun and unique in this day and age, you can find an audience. And so when you have all these different types of games, all these different types of formats, you shouldn't be mad that some of them don't have it. Nobody is like, Red Dead needs a battle royale, because nobody expects Red Dead to be that sort of game. It's a fun open world universe to explore.
Success, and it sure as hell is not the most important stat.
It's like they're blind. Did we just erase the last 5-year history of streaming and the effects of streaming on the gaming space and the shelf life of games and the enthusiasm around the communities that are built around these games? I mean, do we just want to completely forget the history?
I'm glad Doc said this because he's not wrong. I just think maybe he's overlooking something. Let me rephrase this. Did we just erase the last 16-year history of YouTube and the effects of YouTube videos on the gaming space and the shelf life of games and the enthusiasm around the communities built around these games? I mean, do we just want to completely forget that history? If you're someone who's implying that live streaming is the best and biggest form of promotion an influencer can give to a video game,
You're sadly mistaken.
especially if you try to hold up Twitch's most viewed games as the holy bible on what's popular or not. Here are some fun facts for you. In 2021, Twitch has had around 140 million monthly active users.
Oh, buckle up, guys. I know this number.
YouTube has over 2 billion. If we're going by straight raw stats, in every single category except one, YouTube is 10 times bigger in scope than Twitch is. That one category, coincidentally, is live stream views.
Yeah, this is true. This is absolutely correct. And there are some games that are really amenable to streaming, and there's some that aren't, right? An eminently streamable game is not the same thing as an eminently good game. And like we talked about, at the end of the day, if I streamed Candy Crush, I'd probably have a couple people coming by. I mean, I don't even like Candy Crush, so that would probably not be that good. But Diablo 2. I love Diablo 2. I love hack and slash RPGs. Bought the revised Diablo 2, had a blast, streamed to like maybe 10 people, which was fine, right? But it's not an eminently streamable game. It's sort of repetitive gameplay. It's hack and slash, and there's not a lot of periods of like really high tension, especially if you play it well. So some games are streamable, some games aren't, but it doesn't mean that they're not good. Look at Undertale, right? Super popular, wildly successful, and not really streamable.
Just because a game isn't super popular on one platform or isn't watched as much through this type of content doesn't mean it's not popular somewhere else. Case and point, fucking Minecraft. Or Smash Ultimate, man. The live stream reveal of Sora got how many viewers? Like over 1 million? How many people are streaming Smash Ultimate right now? I rest my case. I hardly ever watch people stream in Smash Bros. Ultimate. But 3 years after the game's release, I still consistently watch content from Little Z, King of Skill, Mock Rock, Asum Sauce, Introspective. Check those guys out, by the way, they're great. Obviously, if a game is watched by hundreds of thousands of people, there's some level of interest, right? And it promotes the game, but that's not the only factor that determines if a title like Infinite is gonna flop or succeed. I find it ironic that these guys think every shooter needs a BR at release in order to thrive, but conveniently forget that Warzone didn't release until Modern Warfare was already out for 5 months. And what would you rather have? 10,000 viewers watching a game that 300 people are playing, or 300 viewers watching a game that 10,000 people are playing? If you're a multiplayer shooter, you want more players.
No, you need a battle royale.
I mean, this is the question, right? Ultimately, do you? What is the metric for success for something like Halo? At the end of the day, if you're Halo, you're like, wow, we're bringing back a beloved story, and you guys are going to have a chance to embody Master Chief again in an awesome campaign that's going to be eminently playable, and it's going to be 50 awesome hours of your life, and you're going to feel like you got, you know, more closure on one of the greatest franchises of in history. Then, and you sell millions and millions of copies, then you've succeeded. Right? A game doesn't need to live forever. I don't know how we decided this, right? Again, look at the earliest successful games. Doom, Mortal Kombat. They didn't live forever. I mean, we're on Mortal Kombat 20 or something, but, you know, the games themselves, it was like, we are successful and we'll release another one. Their success model looked like books. It didn't look like, well, whatever it is now, right? You build a community, the community never leaves, you extract money from the community to fund more development projects and mods and DLCs and keep updates coming, and that's a fine way to do things, but it's not the only way. And if you're Bungie, you don't have to be successful in that way. You can sit there and be like, we spent $1 million to build Halo Infinite, and it's going to make $10 million, meaning that you will have a successful, awesome product launch that is extremely profitable. The end. You know, you don't need to sell Halo skins and loot boxes and have 15 DLC updates and balance every weapon every 3 months, or else your player base will get mad. Some studios don't want to do this. They don't want to sign up for a decade of updates and a decade of salty creators, right? You just want to release your game, have people play it, enjoy it, and then go to work on your sequel.
Wow, that's what you need. In order for this game to go longer than 3 weeks after launch, from a spectating standpoint, it needs a BR.
Now, first off, why does a spectator standpoint matter to people that aren't streaming the game? What difference does it make to anyone besides you, beyond giving people this surface level impression?
Shout out to the Banjo-Kazooie music. This guy is a man after my heart, right? Smash, Banjo-Kazooie, just classic stuff.
That the game is popular. If you're concerned about viewer counts and you're referring to Twitch, I'm also sorry, because you're forgetting who the king of viewers is.
It's rewind time.
Shit, man, the last 3 Halo Infinite videos I did got a total of like 2.6 million views.
Nice.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But they weren't from a live stream, so I guess it doesn't matter. Oh wait, I got a few of those too, and would you look at that? The views aren't bad. Halo content on YouTube has seen a tremendous surge in attention and relevance, and when 343 posts a new trailer or gameplay video like they just did, it usually hits at the top or near the top of trending. You see, this obsession that BRs are essential to a shooter's success comes from the skewed mindset of people who do that for a living.
I mean, do we play the campaign, champs?
Yes!
Should we?
Yes!
I gotta be honest, I wasn't too big on the campaign stuff.
What?
You know what I do like watching about this? It's like, all I'm thinking of is Battle Royale.
Yeah, this is the thing. I mean, I get it. You're a streamer, and ultimately, it's worth remembering that the worst thing that can happen to Dr. Disrespect, right? I mean, the worst professional thing that can happen to Dr. Disrespect is that people stop engaging with games via streaming. If they stop making streamable games, then no one will watch Dr. Disrespect. Then streaming as an industry will start to decline. That's it. That's the fact. And maybe that's the future. I don't think so. Obviously, I wouldn't be investing so much of my time in streaming, which you guys should do, because I am debuting my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/combatvetpaul, and we are doing all sorts of crazy stuff. I'm doing giveaways every single day. So come join me, right? We're doing Team Fortress 2, live reactions, Escape from Tarkov. It's going to be awesome. So come check us out, twitch.tv/combatvetpaul.
This genre has been established as one of the hottest, most profitable gaming trends of the last 5 years, and it's still going strong. But who are the ones advocating for that to continue? You see, in the modest amount of research that I did, I noticed a common theme amongst the big streamers like Nick Merckx, Dr. Disrespect, Tim the Tatman, Courage JD, Dr. Lupo, King Richard, and even Osmongold. That common thread is they all appear to be following the same script, like they're all auditioning for the same part in a movie or something. I love Halo, it's one of my favorites, but ooh, no Battle Royale, kid? There's no excuse for that. I don't see Halo Infinite lasting X amount of time if it doesn't have a BR.
Listen, when this game launches, viewership's not going to be good. Okay, like it'll be good for like a week, but then it's just going to go. It's going to slip right into that traditional sandbox
what's
view.
Everyone's viewership today? 1 to 2 weeks, maybe 3 to a month max on grinding, and then.
I mean, maybe they're right. Like I said, maybe these guys are right. They're Twitch experts, right? They know Twitch. And maybe they're just worried Halo won't be watchable, and that's all fine. It's okay. I mean, he makes a good point, man. It's okay to not have a watchable game, like a streamable game. It's not okay to have a not playable game, but it's okay if it's not watcher friendly. And I think this may be oversold because, again, Counter-Strike, a game that basically hasn't had a play style update. It plays like Counter-Strike from 2003, and it's still one of the top 5 games on Twitch at any given moment. And it's team v team. It's an arena shooter, a really crude one at that.
And I'm like, okay, I'm done.
I shouldn't call it crude. It's simple, and that's part of what makes it fun.
That's just me.
Now, what I think these guys are really saying, besides Osmongold, of course, is I don't know if I can sell my audience on me playing this game when it doesn't have a different version of the same thing I've been streaming for the last 2 to 5 years. Now, as a fellow content creator, my laser eyesight pierces through these types of statements, and I see the insecurities hidden beneath. Let me give you some valuable insight on the thought process behind content creation, especially for gaming channels, but this also applies to making movies, art, music, anything creative. So you can understand where these guys' comments are coming from. Pretty much anyone who has found success in making some type of content has struggled in ways you can't imagine to get to where they are now. So when people like me, Nick Merckx, Dr. Disrespect, Courage, when we find success and better yet discover a way to sustain it, we'll fight to the fucking grave to see it last a bit longer, even if it means we continue to play games we stopped enjoying years ago. We're like Gwyn, linking the first flame, knowing the flames will eventually die out anyways. It sucks to be typecast or to feel like you're stuck doing the same thing forever because of a fear you've convinced yourself will become true if you dare to branch out. The fear that doing anything else will cause the destruction of the paradise you built for yourself.
Say the line, Bart!
I'm playing Call of Duty again.
Yeah!
You see, it's...
Yeah, I mean, guys, I'm here to tell you, this is real, man. This is real, and I didn't understand it until I realized that I was going to be doing content creation full time, was that the fear of loss and the sense that you have, the sense that you are very briefly, you have this like very brief time in the sun, and that the algorithm can shift underneath you, preferences can shift underneath you. I mean, look at Ninja, right? Tyler Blevins. This is a guy who was one of the biggest stars in Fortnite, was playing to hundreds of thousands of people. He is unbelievable, and he was a true celebrity, but look at where he is now. He's not even, I think he's maybe one of the top, I don't think he's even a top 10 streamer in terms of total viewership. He tried to branch out into other games. His audience didn't really follow him, right? And I think there's a difference, and I have the advantage, you know, my wife is among many other things. She's also really well versed and trained in mindfulness, especially as a psychiatrist. And so luckily I don't need mindfulness for like terrible pain or trauma or something. But one of the things she always emphasizes, and that I've tried to internalize, is that everything is temporary. Everything is gonna just pass right by, and the harder you cling to it, the more it hurts when it leaves. And so I think that just being cognizant of the fact that this is, whatever you're doing is temporary. And like Ninja has seen, you know, yeah, Fortnite for a brief time was the coolest, most desirable thing in all of gaming. And he was the hotshot celebrity. And good. I hope he made as much money as possible. I hope he made celebrity money, and I hope he saved all of it and that he can do anything he wants now. I really hope so. Right? That's my goal in this, right? Is to, be as successful as I can, stay true to myself, and when it's done, it's done. And but it's got to be hard. It's got to be hard to be Dr. Disrespect or Tim the Tatman big, because you've already passed the point where you make enough money,
It's not Halo Infinite that won't survive without a battle royale. It's you. Or at least that's the impression you guys give off. Unintentionally, I imagine. But give yourself some goddamn credit. You didn't get to where you are just because you played the popular game. You have talent, you're an entertainer, a personality. People will tune in just to see you.
So I need a battle royale to remain relevant and profitable with my BR audience. My BR champs, you only watch me for BR.
You can stream Halo Infinite and still be successful, even if you stream it for longer than 3 weeks. Or fucking diversify. You gotta diversify your bonds, man.
You need to diversify your bonds, nigga.
Imagine if we could go back.
I might have to edit that out. Maybe not. It's on Chappelle's show.
To 2000s.
This is one of the things I'm just gonna. No, I'm not.
7 and see the current Dr. Disrespect playing ranked Halo 3. Are you kidding me? Where is the time machine?
Okay, boom, you're 1. Where's your brother at? Oh yeah, there it is 2. I know you guys had a sister. 3. That's a triple kill.
I'm genuinely shocked that these guys who are all top of their game at first-person shooters can't see the potential of streaming a ranked mode in a new Halo game and kicking some fucking ass in it. People watch you guys play Battle Royale because of the tension and the story of each match and how that plays out. What about the story about how you get to be ranked in the top 1% of all Halo Infinite players? What about the story of people who grind League of Legends trying to get Diamond?
Yeah, I mean, look at even my channel. I just did a reaction to a man who wanted to get more potatoes in Minecraft than other people. Not real more potatoes in real life, more potatoes in Minecraft. And yet, it was great content. It was some of the most fun content I've watched in a while.
You don't think people want to watch that? Doc, you are the snipe champion, man. This is the hardest sniper to use in Halo history. Show me how it's done, baby. Come on, step it up. Maybe he's not really the 2-time. Maybe he's just the 1-time. Or God forbid, the no-time.
Watch your ugly looking mouth when you're talking to the 2-time.
But in the words of the late Biggie Smalls, mo viewers, mo problems. Make no mistake about the apparent confidence of YouTubers and streamers at the top. I imagine they worry about their longevity more than anyone else. Because when you're at the top, there's nowhere to go but down.
Yeah, no, this is the truth. And when you have something that so many other people aspire to have, I mean, I've seen the stats, and you guys have seen the stats. It's publicly available, right? And I don't pull big number. I pull my most ever on Twitch has been 34 concurrents. Here on YouTube, I think one time I had 1,500 concurrents, right? When I played TF2 for the first time. And it was a lot of fun. It was cool. It felt pretty neat. And I recognize that for 99% of the Twitch community, they will probably never, no number of streamers will ever get more than 34 viewers, right? 99%. And yet for me, I look at Dr. Disrespect and I feel like the difference between me and no viewers is like this. Because statistically it is, right? 34,000 viewers. He's got 1,000 times my level of success. And it's hard when you're like, I have this thing that so many other people would want. I can never give it away. It's like it would be an affront to them. Does that make sense? To all the other streamers, all the other content creators out there. It would be an affront to them for me to just be like, well, I don't give a shit. And don't get me wrong, there's Twitch streamers that do it. Look at all the people that are like falling asleep on their streams, that are just trying to hit those streaming hours by just making like ultra low effort react content, just like watching MasterChef and being like, he burned a pepper.
I don't think these guys are preemptively passing judgment on Halo Infinite because they're greedy and just want to hop on the latest trends to make shitloads of dollars. I hope that's not the case. I don't think it is. I think it comes from a sense of self-preservation, and that might be hard to understand if you haven't clawed your way to gain an audience. These guys are not worried if Halo Infinite will be a fun game, because it is fun. They know that. They played it. They had fun playing it. That much is clear. They are worried they cannot sustain the same audience while playing it, and trust me, they want to. This should be apparent.
I mean, this is one of the things I've been listening to a lot of finance podcasts, and a lot of people, like, to me, I'm like, Dr. Disrespect could sleep on stream and he'll have at least 1,000 concurrents, right? And so, right, to me, as someone with, again, a 24 viewer average, I look up at Dr. Disrespect and I say, man, this dude is so, like, why is he so worked up? And I understand why. Part of what it is, he's got a team. He probably has, I read that the average creator at his level, whatever that means, has a team of 24 full-time employees. So that means every given month, he's probably spending, I'm gonna guess and say about $200,000 on production and employees and salaries to edit, upload, do his videos, do his graphics. You notice he has the best thumbnails in the game, hands down. Those things are like works of art. Okay, so right, he's got to rake in $200K a month just to offset the cost of things, and the downward spiral can be real, right? Sponsors stop reaching out when you have fewer viewers. Fewer viewers means less donations, less ad revenue, less of everything. And so they call it the golden handcuffs or the golden treadmill, where the more successful you have, the more successful you are, the more you spend. The more you spend, the more you have to make in order to sustain your level of spending. And it can be a really constraining feeling, and you can sometimes feel like you've turned around and suddenly you go, man, wow, I got to a point where a year ago making $10,000 a month felt like I was king of the world. And now if I don't make $10,000 a month, I don't know how my team will eat.
From the clips I'm about to show you.
And it sucks. It sucks that you can be so successful and so financially compensated, and you can trick yourself, because human beings are like that, into not being able to enjoy it. And so I'm trying to do all those. I mean, as a creator, I'm trying to do all those things. I'll never be Dr. Disrespect big because I will walk away before I get as big as him, hopefully, because I will have enough money. But I don't want to do that as a younger creator, as an early journey creator, right? And I know it's like, oh, dude, don't have those problems, but it's like don't, you should be so lucky as to have Dr. Disrespect's problems, and it's true. But I think I've seen a lot of people make a lot of money and spend a lot of money, and at the end of the day, they're not happy. And they don't have a choice anymore. They've become chained, right? They've become bound to their work. And so it's like you make a lot of money, but it's also completely boxed you in. You have a tighter cage than anyone else. Your job, and it's the last thing I want. It's the thing I don't want to do, no matter what.
Yeah, like it's 2021 and we don't have a Halo BR yet, you know what I mean? But they're teasing it on Twitter. Cool, great.
Imagine if Halo released on time and they had a polished BR coming out right now, it would take over everything because of where gaming is right now. It's crazy.
It really would. It would take over everything. It would take over everything, man. Halo BR is fucking so easy. It's just an easy make.
And if I'm wrong,
if they do, I'll see you guys later, you know what I mean? I'm never playing.
I've been Halo.
Now, Nick Merckx almost said it. He kind of implied it. But it sounded like if Halo got a BR, he would drop Warzone right then and there. Never play it again.
I'll see you guys later, you know what I mean?
And maybe that's just hyperbole, but doesn't that come across as a little desperate for something new? Doesn't it sound like he's been looking for something to take Warzone's place for a long time now? If you're that ready to jump ship? But who knows?
Wait, maybe hold on. I just want to point this out there. I don't know who Nick Merckx is. What I do know is it Nick Merckx isn't even in his camera shot. And I don't mean for a second. We've all done this.
Play it again.
Let's
I'll see you guys.
just look at this. Just look at this. Okay, talking. There he is again. He's still out of his camera shot. And he's still out. 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 I mean, maybe he's sponsored by Nike and he just wants that hat to be seen. But damn, dude, like check your Streamlabs.
Reading too far into this.
But maybe Nick Merckx is a smart one. Maybe he just keeps his team super lean, right? He's like Pestily. I think Pestily's team, no, he said Pestily has 3 people. He has like 3 full-time editors, a thumbnail person, and his wife doing the business stuff. So I think he's a 4-person operation.
Stuff. When he was playing with Doc.
Guys, the business of content creation is wild. It is wild. Just like I've been listening to all the podcasts, I've been watching Devin Nash. I've just been like drinking all the Kool-Aid, and the more I learn, the more I am like totally just fluxumed, just totally blown away by this industry.
Dr. Disrespect and Dr. Lupo, Tim the Tapman is clearly worried about his viewer count as he asks the other guys how their stream is doing.
Okay, like it'll be good for like a week. But then it's just going to go. It's going to slip right into that traditional sandbox
what's
view.
Everyone's viewership today with this? I'm just curious.
I've got 120,000.
Okay, I have 121,000, so that's a little low for me, right?
Fuck.
But you actually have 120,000?
No. And I'm my average is lower than Warzone, straight up.
Okay.
And that's fine. I wanted to play this, but it is lower.
But if it was a BR, it'd probably be higher.
It would be.
I agree.
My viewer count is lower, guys. It's fine. It's fine. I don't care. I wanted to play this. But it is lower. Comparison is the thief of joy, Tim. Meanwhile, in this video, the doc is concerned that 343 might fuck up the Battle Royale if they do it, and he can't stop thinking of BR scenarios for Halo, possibly to escape the idea of eventually having to go back to Call of Duty.
I was looking at him like...
I mean, you guys gotta understand... Playing the same game for 8 hours a day, like that's why I don't. That's why you see me doing like 2, 3 of Tarkov. My entire streaming week will probably equal like a day of Dr. Disrespect's content. That's the volume that he puts out. And if you want to be a huge streamer and a streamer first, that's how you have to do it. You just have to grind like that. Oh, and by the way, remember, he streams for 8 hours a day, and yeah, he has a team that he just hangs it up and goes, but for a lot of creators who aren't at his level, you stream 8 and then you're cutting your video, you're putting it on YouTube, you're doing your thumbnails, right? If you're like me, you do it all in-house, and it is a lot of work. So much work.
I was looking at this big team battle gameplay footage, and I'm like...
It kills me because my parents were like, you're going to just do content creation? Why, you'll be able to take a Friday off. And I'm like, I can't take a Saturday off. It's so much to do it. I understand why they have these teams behind them, but Jesus.
Like looking at it, just thinking to myself, God, I hope these guys, if they make a Battle Royale, I hope they execute it correctly. You know what I do like watching about this? It's like all I'm thinking of is Battle Royale. Like, look at the vista, look at the mountain in the background. What's the structure way over here, you know? Is there a sniper on top of that bad boy with a Banshee? This game would be sick with a Battle Royale, man. Oh. I mean, none of this is pulling me in. You know, it'd be kind of a sick. I'm just kind of thinking of just mechanics, Battle Royale mechanics, how you drop into a world. Imagine the start of this fucking Battle Royale. This 300-man Battle Royale. Battle Royale.
Again. Say
Battle Royale.
Again. I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say
Battle Royale.
One more goddamn time.
And when he says, I'm excited to have something in the rotation.
Not to say that I'm not excited for a brand new Halo game just to check out, and if it's good, boom, we're in. And to have something in the rotation, it gets me excited.
What he means is I'm excited at the concept of playing something different. I just wish it was a Battle Royale. And Dr. Loop...
That is pretty weird. That is a pretty weird dynamic. Like, you want something fresh, and it's also got to suck, right? Like, at the end of the day, I'll tell you guys this, because it's no secret, I'm not that good at video games. Like, if you want to come in and hear me think tactically and get a sense of, hey, here's how the military mind like solves their problems on stream, you can have some fun, right? I talk through when I do like land nav in Tarkov. I tell you what I'm looking at on the map, how I orient myself to reality, how I use the compass. It's a fun time, right? How I think about sort of tactical problems and to engage or withdraw. What does a withdrawal look like? But if you're there for high level content, if you're there for high level gameplay, you should be doing Pestily or Aqua, right? You should be on a different creator. And so I can't imagine the pressure of knowing that your audience is there to see you smash people. And it's like, if you can't, right? If you're Dr. Disrespect alone, Dr. Disrespect could lose. He could lose to casuals if they coordinate well, right? Because this is the nature of actual warfare, right? It's not a war of all against all. It's teams. And if you have a team that crosstalks and is playing at like a medium high level, then they can smoke Dr. Disrespect, right? If his team is scrubby. So that's the problem. It's also sort of dangerous to play on a team in a non-battle royale because let's say you're on team and someone on your team is swearing or thinks it's funny to talk shit on your sponsor or espouse some absolutely abhorrent views. And that's just a risk that you take as a creator, right? When you're on a team, someone else can basically hijack your audio. And it's a dangerous game to play, you know?
Both throughout this is trying to rationalize why Halo Infinite should be launching with a BR and how that would only have positive effects for the game, which is wrong, and I'll tell you why later.
Yeah. And what doesn't make sense to me is that you can literally still have the best of both worlds. Like, why not? Why not? Why not just don't play the BR if you don't enjoy it? Just don't play the BR. And I would assume, I could be wrong, but I would assume that it'll probably bump the numbers in your multiplayer up a little bit as well.
Yeah, I mean, the question is, they're definitely right? Because you could have 3 game modes. You could have campaign, you could have multiplayer arena, and BR, sure. But, dude, building a BR out is like, it is not easy. Like, yeah, you're right that you have the weapons and their performance, but things are different. It just requires a lot more programming. It requires maps orders of magnitude larger. It requires vetting all those map locations to make sure there's not like decisive favorable map locations. It's hard.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Maybe just slide them out, you know? Obviously, a lot of people might want to try to play the BR, and it might take a few players away. But if you do, similar to what COD has, where you can like unlock things and upgrade your weapons and shit like that, like, I don't know, or maybe camos,
Now, granted, I only got these.
You know what this reminds me of a little bit? Is a codependent relationship. You guys ever heard of a codependent relationship? That is when, of course, you sort of get into these toxic dynamics with your partner where you need each other to sort of fuel the other's toxicity. I'm trying to think of a good example of like a codependent type of dynamic. This would be here's an example. You have a marriage in which one spouse spends money willy-nilly, frivolously, just constantly, cannot stop herself. And the other spouse, though, is too demure and too unwillful to stand up and put a stop to it. And so there's a ton of resentment on both sides. There's all of these problems, but ultimately, if they were to play out either side, if either of their traits were to continue on, right, by themselves, they would collapse, right? A person who doesn't even have the willpower to stop someone from literally burning their money away on nonsense to the point of bankruptcy would never be able to make it on their own. And someone who just spends their money as fast as they get it would never also be able to survive on their own. But together, they can survive and perpetuate the cycle. And, that's just one example, right? There's emotional equivalence and all sorts of codependencies. But what it almost sounds like for these streamers, it almost sounds like codependency. Like they know they want fresh content, and they know that they want something new, but they can't leave Battle Royale. Does that make sense? Like, they still want a battle royale. Battle royale feels right and at home to them, but they also hate battle royales. They want something new and fresh.
Impressions after watching a few highlight videos on Doc's channel, so I'm not jumping the gun and saying, well, this is the full picture. Yet if you watch how they played Infinite, it's like they're treating every encounter like it's a one life mode.
Be honest.
Behind me. I just literally 2 on my axe, guys. They're
guys
invisible.
in the mid.
One has a skewer.
One shot. That guy has
They're
my
both
battle
one
rifle.
shot down low. They're both one shot.
3 mid is skewer.
That's a lot of sweating for a tech preview, man. I mean, I'm not one to judge. Obviously, you guys got...
I mean, you're here for Dr. Disrespect to see him win. Why would you not play to win?
People watching you. You want to put on a quality show. But it just sends the wrong message to me when I watch them playing this. That message being, each one of you is trying with all your might to enjoy this as if it's a battle royale, instead of enjoying it for what it is. These dudes are all FPS multiplayer fanatics, especially the Doc, who has nothing less than God-given talent. And it's okay if you're not a huge fan of the single-player campaigns in these games, but why are you watching a campaign video and talking about Battle Royale? You're not even trying to be invested in it. You're not even trying to give it a chance.
Okay, I feel like we're at an hour. I feel like he's definitely made his point. He's definitely going on and on. I get it. 26 minutes. If you can retain the audience for 19 of them, you're doing pretty good. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This was actually a little impromptu. I didn't schedule this video, but I found it pretty compelling. You should definitely check out the original creator, the Act Man. He seems to be doing just fine. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. All right, I got a chance to talk about the business of being a content creator, which I, again, find fascinating. It's fascinating to see sort of the mindset of the people at the top, and I hope you guys got a little bit of empathy for what they might be looking at, the lens they might view the world. And yeah, be sure to join me on Twitch. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.